Hey there, welcome back to the Watch Professor channel, and today we are looking at the 60th anniversary Omega Seamaster 300 James Bond edition. Now this watch came out in 2022 November. Omega launched it in their London event, and this time I have it in my hand. It's a very interesting watch, and let's take a look at the details of this watch. Omega first started their collaboration with the James Bond franchise in 1995. The first movie was GoldenEye, starring Pierce Brosnan as the James Bond. At the time, the watch was a 300 Seamaster, so very much similar to this piece in my hand. And we can see this watch has a lot of inspiration that came from 1995. The main difference between this Seamaster James Bond version with the last version is that this one is in stainless steel. Case size is 42mm with a thickness of 13.15mm. The watch is beautiful because I like it without the date display. It's an automatic movement. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but let's look at the case. It's paired with a very vintage styled mesh bracelet. But the most unusual thing about this watch is in the case back. Very similar to what the Snoopy, if you remember, the Omega Speedmaster Snoopy has done. It has some animation into the back. We're going to dig deeper into it. Retail price of the piece is 7,000 Swiss francs, approximately 7,400 US dollar. The watch is not a limited edition, but as we've learned, even if it's not limited edition, doesn't mean that it's easy to get. So if you like this watch, I think it's best to head down to your Omega boutique and make an order. So as we could see, the watch is 42mm and has no date indication. I like it because it has a cleaner design, and you can see the dial has the laser engraved wave pattern, which is very similar to the piece that was released in 1995. Now, on the case back, we can see it is an automatic mechanical movement caliber 8806, which was already used in the previous Seamaster No Time to Die model. Here you can see the case back. It has a very fun, what Omega called film-themed case back. You can see James Bond is moving into the middle of the circle. Watch has a helium escape valve right here and unidirectional turning bezel. The bracelet, I love the design of the buckle because all you have to do is flip this open, thread through the bracelet, select the correct size, and close it. Makes it have the comfort and ease of a bracelet watch, while you can completely detach it and see the movement and enjoy the film-themed case back. The watch is luminescent. I'm going to turn off the light and show you. You can see the watch is luminescent. I'm charging it up with my UV light. You can see the bezel and the dial. But once I remove the light, you will see the 60 at the top, and the minute hand has a more green tone to the luminescent, making it easier to read when you are using the diving bezel feature. On the wrist, at 42mm, you can see the profile of the watch at 13.15 thickness. Now let's see how much does it weigh? Weighs in at 149 grams. And let's just check the thickness of the case. So when you measure it with the sapphire, it's about 14 millimeter. The case size is 42. And for those of you who wants to know the lux to lux size, it is 48.8, so closer to 49 millimeters. So I want to talk to you more about the movement. The watch has an automatic movement, the caliber 8806, and the 8806 was presented in 2017, which was similar to another caliber that they had, which is called the 8800. The difference is that 8806 does not have a date function. The 8806 is not a certified chronometer COSC. However, it is a Metis certified watch. Now, you can't really compare the two certifications side by side, but Metis, generally speaking, has a higher requirement. The watch, not only does it have to perform to a certain accuracy specification, but also needs to be quite anti-magnetic. And speaking of which, this watch is anti-magnetic to 15,000 gauss. The watch has a coaxial escapement, which is different from the general escapement that we see on the market, which is the Swiss lever escapement. This watch also comes with a titanium balance wheel, silicone hairspring, Niverchock shock absorber. Also, the movement is nicely decorated. Bi-directional winding on the rotor. The watch has a power reserve of 55 hours, and it is water resistance to 300 meters. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this short review. If you like this sort of review, please leave a comment and subscribe for future reviews. And I want to thank you. Make sure you go check out the Watch Professor quiz at WatchProfessorAcademy.com, that you will see the link below. Thank you.